So, welcome to my first energy card pull of November. My name is Jillian Shires. I am an intuitive energy healer and transformational coach, and I am going to be pulling cards every week with a different theme to see how we need to address certain things that are happening in our lives. Today's this week's theme, is all about um, grounding into stability and something coming into your life that's perhaps knocking you and not making you feel so stable, like you're on slippery ground. And so we're going to have a look at some cards to see how they can give you some guidance about how you could perhaps sort out this situation and this issue. So the first card is what the issue is. And so the card that I pulled is happy family and is reversed, as you can see. So I feel that this means there's something going on within your immediate family, your extended family, or your family of friends, the people around you that you consider to be your family. And it is a situation, an issue where you don't feel stable, you don't feel grounded. It's almost like you stood on slippery ground. Um, and this is bothering you. This is not allowing you to feel calm, relaxed, and to be able to focus on other things and not worry about it. So whatever it is having an impact on your life, perhaps on your relationships, on your close relationships, and it's something that really does need to be addressed, but you perhaps don't know how to do that. Um, so I would recommend just spending a few minutes just thinking about that situation if this resonates with you, and think about where those emotions are in that situation. Are the emotions coming from you, or are the emotions coming from the other person or the situation? And maybe jot down some feelings about that. Um, because where they come from, those emotions may well help you figure out, with the guidance from the cards, how you're going to sort it out and what the best course of action is. So remember, it could be somebody in your like immediate close family, it could be somebody in your extended family, or somebody within your circle that who you consider to be your support and family. And something's not quite right. Maybe it's with them, with you, with your relationship. There's some sort of issue that needs to be focused on to help you move through this next month with a bit more peace and calm, and being able to put your energy into the things that you really want to, rather than focusing on this more. So the thing that's pulling the rug out from under you within this situation that we've identified is indecision. So in this situation, I feel that you're straddling the fence. You don't really know what to do. You're thinking more about the consequences of what happens if you address this situation. You're worried about how that might affect the relationship. And because you are at that impasse that you don't know what to do next, it's actually creating more of an issue within this whole situation than if you just kind of got on and went one way or the other. So this is the thing that you're really struggling with. The cards are saying that indecision is the thing. It's the main thing that's causing it to continue to not be resolved, and um, it's where the answer probably going to lie, about changing that and going forward with some sort of decision. And so the third card is how and who you're going to get that support from. Um, so how will that support present itself? Who will that support be? Will it be a person? Will it be from within? And we've got a really clear answer in Angel of Strength. So for me, this card always makes me feel like the lion there um, is prepared. He's almost ready to pounce. He's very wary, but he stood in front of the Angel of Strength. And to me, this is saying that this courage, this bravery, this strength is already within you, um, and it's ready to protect you and the things that are important to you. So don't be afraid to actually take that step and make that decision and take the action that's going to resolve this issue, this this issue that's in the family. Um, the angel's also there to say like, we have higher source energy protecting us and behind us and stepping up to support us and watch over us whilst we deal with all these things. So whilst the indecision wasn't really helping, when you do make a decision, when you've actually figured out this situation, what emotions are involved, what the consequences are going to be, um, and the fact that you have to take action. You can't just let it see what happens because that's going to be worse off. The indecision is the thing that is really pulling all the roots from out from under you, that's making you feel like nothing's working and happening with this. So when you take that action, um, that courage is going to be there. That you're going to be protected. You're going to have that support. And the courage is already within you. That strength is already there within you, um, to make that decision, to take that action, to resolve this one way or another, to actually sort out the situation within this family issue. So I've pulled a final card, which is just sort of a some advice from Mother Earth on how we move forward. And I chose a really beautiful deck of cards, and it's the Herbal Astrology Oracle. And I thought it was really fitting if we're looking at Mother Earth, how she can support us. And this card, the herb that's involved is Hergon Sasha, and it is a kind of South American Spanish um, herb. But the actual image to me is very reminiscent of the Tower card in traditional tarot arcana, and it's t giving us a really clear message. It's showing the tower um, burning down. There's something catastrophic happening to the tower, and the tower is being engulfed by this plant, almost like a snake, and it's almost a warning, this card. So in the culture of Peru and South America, this herb, this plant would have been a warning about somebody in your kind of circle who hasn't got the best interest for you. But in this situation, to me, it is all about transformation and transfiguration. So, as the cards have already said, there is a tough decision to make, but there is something that needs to be almost brought out into the open and destroyed before you can move on. And I don't mean the friendship ends and you finish it. I mean, that might be what happens, but it's more about get the issue out into the open, because the most important step then is recognizing the shadow and what's happening, and then you can work on it. And ultimately, the result is transfiguration. It's a complete rebuilding, a rebirth. Now, that may be you rebuilding yourself after this situation is all resolved. It may be that some bond between you and this family member is rebuilt, or it's all redefined so you know exactly where you stand. But all of the cards are saying that action does need to be taken, but it's a really positive overview from Mother Earth there. It's saying, yes, action is taken, and yes, there will be some huge um, kind of destruction of whatever the issue is, but from that will come rebirth, and from that will be how you then build on through the month, through November, and its its change, the way it alters everything, will have an impact on everything and free you up to focus on the things you want to focus on, not on this. issue that's kind of been hanging there all the time, creating some negative energy. So take that as a very positive sign that yes, stuff will change, but it will be changing for the better. So that there are your guiding cards for the next week as we move into this first week of November, all about trying to get ground back into your stability. So if those cards resonated with you, please take away any guidance and messages from them. Um, and interpret them how you will. And I hope you enjoyed this. Please do remember to like and subscribe. And if you uh, comment on anything that has come up that resonated with you, that would be really brilliant. So I can see how these cards are reaching you and how they resonate with you. I'll also tag the cards in the comments so that. And in the description under the video, so that if you're interested in looking at them, you can go and find them for yourself. But take away the messages that resonate with you this week, work on them, and hopefully I'll see you next week for the next stage of our energy guidance and guidance from spirit as we move on into November. So thank you very much for tuning in.